Hello everybody, Crake and Bake here, and I'm coming to you from a brand new SMP. That is a Minecraft survival multiplayer server, and it's one I am very excited to be a part of. It's called Dad Energy. Now this is not an SMP exclusive for dads, and there's no age or gender or any of that requirements, no parental status, must-haves. Just anyone who, vibes from a little bit of dad energy. And frankly, I feel like I fit just right in. There's already been a little bit of development around here at spawn area, which is great. But as you can see, it's really quite the blank slate at the moment. Now the server as a whole has a lot of community spirit and a lot of intent to make a lot of community projects. So we'll get to see a lot of excitement as our spawn area really develops over the next, weeks, months. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a lot of interest, but there's also a lot of taking care of the kids on the weekend kind of things. Now yesterday was my first day on. I got to come on right at launch, which was great. And we had a lot of fun doing some co-op caving. And I got a little handful of resources, nothing too much, but a little bit of the good stuff early on. As much as I do want to try and help out with the spawn area, I'd also like to help out with starting up a little bit of a base and getting that situated. And we do have a group of us that have all decided to kind of group up together, and a spot has been found. It's a little ways away, and I've got a trek to do, so might as well get moving in that direction and pick a spot. First and foremost, though, can't leave behind all my good buddies that I've made already. Definitely not going to get sick of the meows for this entire journey. No siree. Now since I've got a little bit of sailing to do to get out to the base area that we chose, a couple other things about the server I can explain. So this is a fairly busy server at the moment. There's quite a few people on, and you can see there's a couple of numbers going on around. To start out with, we have a death counter going, just kind of to have some laughs at seeing how many people are dying in the early game. I don't think we're going to keep it on forever, but just something extra fun. And then there's also a other number. Each couple of weeks we have a secret contest going on where you have some mystery task. It's not disclosed, you just have to try and achieve a task. I don't know what it is yet. As you can see by my name, there is a big ol' 0. But other people have figured out what it is. I'm a little bit ticked at that. I would love to know what this mystery is, but I still have yet to figure it out. Maybe we'll figure it out yet along the ride. Otherwise, we do have a couple of quality of life mods on the server, but in general are keeping a very vanilla experience. We do have a couple of things like more player heads, mob heads, armor stands, that kind of fun stuff, and then otherwise it's more or less just quality of life. So really just having a nice vanilla experience. Boy, it does just keep going on forever though, doesn't it? We'll get there eventually. Why did we pick a base so far out again? I am Kraken the Sailor Dad. Ooh, I think we're getting close. This looks like about the area we were talking about, and I'm seeing signs of civilization. So this is it. We found our general area where we're going to have our group builds going. We're going to build near each other, kind of making more of a neighborhood with a couple communal farms and things, but yeah. Let's go check it out and maybe find a spot to set up camp. So there's this nice little village area over here. Oh, and there's the Cherry Mountain. I was promised a Cherry Mountain in all of this. Savannah. It's looking pretty nice. Oh yeah. Always gotta love a good mountaintop like this. Ooh, and there we go. There's our valley. Well, I have to say, I'm pretty excited about this area. I saw pictures before, but actually seeing it and getting to wander it is pretty nice stuff. So now really all that's left is figuring out our spot we want to take up. Better get searching. Alright. It maybe hasn't been a far and a wide search, but I think I found the spot I like. It's kind of tucked around the corner here. It's still on kind of this mountainside. It's got this corner off over there. It's got this nice little natural slope on down to kind of our central area where we'll have more of our communal builds for our neighborhood. And then it's also kind of got a natural slope over here going to our village area. So I think in general this has a nice little spot going. As long as it isn't too close to any of my neighbors, I think we should be good to go, and hope if we have to move a little bit, we can always move a little bit. So in that case, better put up a little bit of a shelter. And done. Yeah, okay, we'll do a little bit more than that, but a bed is good enough for now. So then, better keep exploring this area around the neighbors, make sure we're all good to go, and otherwise start searching for some good materials to make a little starter home. Alright, well I would say we were pretty successful in getting a little bit of work done. Look at this, nice shiny armor, some nice tools, and of course, plenty of spare diamonds to, just use for different things. So I would say that has got us all set up and ready to start working on a little bit of shelter around here. We've got the equipment we need to get some good space put together. And then we'll keep doing a little bit more of getting set up and established on the server here. So as you can see, my little early spot where I was just throwing stuff has definitely grown and expanded out a little bit, gotten a little messy. And it'd be nice to get, some actual shelter instead of this little whatever this is. And I was thinking this little spot right here would be nice to put up our little house on. It's got still kind of the cutaways and things, but then goes down to that central area, which is already getting built up and looks very nice. And then we can kind of peek out and look out at our neighbors that are going on over there. So we'll just start with a little bit of terraforming of the area. Get down nice so that we can get down right where we want it and go from there. Alright, there we go. A nice blank canvas, a nice kind of flat platform area for us to build and work off of and create a little bit of a place we can call our own. Now when I'm working out a new space, I definitely like to try and map it out and kind of get a good structure, so we'll grab our good buddy dirt. And we'll just kind of start placing out. I think we kind of want to work off of the natural slopes of the area. Still kind of leave a little bit of a corridor back here. So we'll kind of go like right here. And then keep coming out here. And there we go. That seems like a nice general shape. We can maybe still have a little bit of space to pass kind of behind. And, we might move it forward as we keep going, but this kind of gives room for a little porch or something. And I think this will be a nice enough interior to start out with, so we can just kind of keep going up. I'd like it to be a couple stories high. Make sure we've got a nice wall height so we can have a nice roof height. Get across our floor/ceiling. And of course then we'll have our top ceiling. Alright, I think that's about where we want for the height. Let's go check it out from below. Yeah, that seems a pretty good, at least, starting point. Let's quick make an opening. We gotta make sure we can actually get inside and check things out. Ceiling's a little bit low, so you know what? Let's go ahead and put that up one more level. So I always wanna work with dirt. It gives you a little bit of easier ability to make those adjustments for when you're first kind of figuring out how you want your site shape to be. Oh yeah, this feels much better. Nice roomy overhead. Probably means we're going to need a little bit more space up above. Can probably have this be our entranceway up to the back. Just kind of do this for now. Oh, and it's pretty dark up here. I'll better grab my torches. There we go. Make sure we get some good lighting. Oh yeah, and of course our roof is way too low now that we raised up the lower roof. So we'll have to expand that. This is why dirt is just so great to work with, you know. Such an easy building and planning tool. All right, so we'll go up 2 more. And put the new roof on. Now, of course, we did adjust the height, so I'm hoping that doesn't change it too much. Yeah, it's a little bit tall, but I think that's still okay. I think that's still doing all right. Stick a little bit of light in here, too, just so we're not accidentally causing room for mobs. Move these up a little bit. And yeah, I think that feels good. This will probably be like where the bed or some of the more valuables are. And of course, it'd be nice to have a little bit of a window or something. So we'll pop out a window there. Maybe even a window on each side, you know. We could put our torches above and have a window up above. That sounds kind of pleasant. You can look out over there. Look out over there. Yeah, I like that. That'll be a good little touch. Yeah, I don't really need to look at that back wall. So we'll go ahead and just leave this back up. Check out down here again. This is probably all good, and I think a front door is probably enough for visual out here. And actually, maybe we would even want like a back door. That could be kind of handy, because if we are going to leave this pathway, we can have our back entrance, which is more like just for us, and then we can have a front little patio area and look out at everything. I think that looks pretty good. Now, of course, we can't just have this be our base. This is far too plain. We're going to need to add a little bit of detail, you know, spruce it up just a little bit. And there. Now it's all spruced up. Oh yeah, that's looking real sharp right there. I did do a little bit of acacia for the trapdoors out the top. I felt like that added a nice pop of color and fits in with all our acacia forest that we have back there. But yeah, that spruce door, that really tied it all in. Really good. Let's take a tour of the place. Can just pop right in, and then of course I got the back door, which will be the pathway area. I'll move all that stuff in a minute, and the kitties, of course. And then you can just head right on up, and look at that. There's my bed, so convenient. And, you know, then I've got these nice barred windows, so I can just stare out and look at things, maybe say hi to the neighbors. Yep, it just feels like we're at home. Well, now that we got that important order of business taken care of, oh, it just, even from back here, just looking sharp. I think it's time we head on back to the spawn area, because there have been a lot of developments around Spawn Town and the upcoming shopping district. Now, as you may have guessed, it was about time that we went off to the end. And it was a lot of people who were able to make it to the first trip to the end. With the Dad Energy server, we have a rule where we can't just go to the end. We had to wait until everybody was kind of ready. So it was a nice big community event. We all got together. We all headed off to where a stronghold had been found. And then, of course, when we got to where we thought we were supposed to be, we realized we were following coordinates for the overworld. So we had to head back in the opposite direction. Only, delayed us like a half hour or so. No big deal. Once we finally did find the portal, it was pretty smooth sailing from there. We got to go off and explore some people's bases. They had it right by their general base area. And we all got to gather around the big hot tub and, more or less act like penguins, all kind of pushing each other off over the edge until finally some people decided to jump through. Thankfully, they made sure it was nice and safe for us, and we were able to jump into the dragon battle. And with how many people we had on, the dragon fight really did not take very long at all. It was less than 5 minutes, really. Now, since there were so many of us, we decided that we should fight the dragon at least one more time right away so that we could open up another gateway. There about half of us stuck around to do it, so it took a little bit longer that time, but in general, still a very quick dragon fight with all the people that were there. And, lo and behold, yours truly was able to get the final blow on that second dragon, which was pretty sweet. After wandering the end aimlessly for quite a while, we were finally able to find some cities, which was really great. It just really nice to start getting some supplies, get some shulker shells, because of course some shulker boxes are very desirable. And then after doing that for a little bit, unfortunately, I got levitated up and got my first death of the game. I mean, it had to happen eventually. Thankfully, I was able to find my way back through the end, back to the same city. We made a pretty good path, and I was able to get my stuff before it despawned. Having had my fun with going and fighting mobs, I decided to collect a few colorful blocks that I was looking for, and then make my way back home. I would say that was a very successful trip to the end. Got a lot of goodies, had a lot of success, and, well, it's just good to be home again. Oh. Base is looking a little bit soggy from all this rain. I'm sure that's going to be fine. Well, top of base aside, we'll maybe look at doing something to address that. I think we've officially reached a point with getting the end open that we need to boost up our form of transportation around the server. And there we go. Precisely what we're looking for. Alright, easy, easy, steady. There you are. There we go, little buddy. Let's head home. There we are. Home sweet home again. Just get you a little cubby hole here, buddy. And there we go. It was about time we got our transportation figured out around here. And so, with that, getting our latest mode of transportation, getting our nice base established here in our group area where we'll be hanging out with other people, and having successfully gone to the end to pick up a few things, I think that just about wraps up this episode. So thanks everyone for coming along. Glad to have had you all join me here on the Dad Energy SMP. This has been Crake and Bake, and we'll see you... I'm thinking leaving a moist dirt base has maybe backfired a little bit. I'm sure that'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?